Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the Urza Saga 10 minute set review Red Edition. Hope that these are somewhat simpler cards so we can fit into the promised 10 minutes. So let's go with Brand. In this instant, gain control of all permanents you own, and it has cycling too. So you might put it in main deck. There's a lot of stuff which change the ownership of permanents. So yeah, that could be good. Gamble, yeah, search for a card, put it card in your hand, then you randomly discard a card. Yeah, I think this is actually good in limited. There are like the bombs are real bombs, and then you can find the bomb with a percentage chance that you lose it. If you find your bomb, you're probably gonna win. Goblin Cadet, yeah, this is the most confusing card. It's 1 mana 2/1. Whenever Goblin Cadet blocks or becomes blocked, target opponent gains control of it. So you guys figured it out how this actually works, but it has some potential. It's very annoying to play with or against. Goblin Lucky, it's 1 mana 1/1. When Goblin Lucky successfully deals combat damage to player, you may choose a Goblin card on your hand and put the Goblin into play. That's not that good in this limited format because there aren't too many massive Goblins, which works like cheating into play. But again, 1 mana 1/1, you can get a Metron or something, that's not bad. Goblin Patrol, 1 mana 2/1 with Echo on it, that's pretty solid. Aggressive creature, Heat Ray, X and red, deal X damage to target creature, awesome removal. Meltdown, X and red, destroys artifacts with total casting cost of X or less. This is probably more sideboard than anything. Now, Outmaneuver, this is a very interesting card. It's X and a red. X target block creature deals combat damage to defending player instead of blocking creatures this turn. So this plays actually well in control and aggro too. So you can attack and then let the damage through, like kind of like an alpha strike, or you can be the blocker and then take the damage, and then your creatures don't trade with their attackers but kill the attackers. So there you go. Raise 1 mana sorcery. When you play it, sacrifice land, destroy target land. I don't think this is making the cut in limited. Reflexes, it's an aura. For one enchanted creature gains first strike. This could have applications, but again, you can get 2 for 1 by this. Shower Sparks, 1 mana, deal 1 damage to a creature and 1 damage to a player. So it's gonna be a rare which gives some kind of combos well with, and it's not bad on its own right, like it pings off 1 toughness creatures. Some of the dangerous flyers are in that category. Bravado, 1 and a red, aura, enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control. This could be pretty solid actually. If you land this on a flyer, yeah, that's really a clock. Disorder, it's a 1 and a red sorcery, deals 2 damage to each white creature and each player who controls a white creature. Yep, sideboard card against white. Falter, creatures without flying cannot block this turn. Yeah, this is also pretty good. Actually, usually people attack with their flyers and then they don't really have a blocker, so it helps aggro to win. Fourth line, yeah, this is a bomb rare, so it's red X. Fourth line deals X damage to each creature without flying and each player. Yeah, that's your fireball. Fiery Mantle, it's the red Undying Enchantment, and it gives basically fire breathing to a creature for 2 mana. Yeah, this is pretty good. This is awesome. This keeps aggro in play later. Those 1/1s are suddenly coming in and then trading upward. Goblin Raider, 2 mana 2/2, cannot block. Yeah, this is the orc from Alpha, whatever, I don't know, Ironclaw orc. Goblin War Buggy, so this is a 2 mana 2/2, and it has haste, but it does have echo cost too. Still solid because of the haste. Headlong Rush, all attacking creatures gain first strike until end of turn. Well, this is also a good way to get through if the sizes are matching, but you probably need some power pump too for this to work, so it's not that good. Oak, it's 2 mana 4/4, unfortunately unplayable. It cannot attack unless a creature with greater power also attacks. And it cannot block unless a creature with greater power also block. The problem is this is a 4/4. So like there aren't too many bigger things on the battlefield. So it can never do the thing what it wants to do. Scald, 2 mana enchantment. Whenever a player taps an island for mana, they deal 1 damage to it. Yeah, you can imagine, good against blue. And then Acidic Soil. Now this is a bomb. Acidic Soil deals 1 damage to each player for each land he or she controls. This is your finisher in an aggro. Like this can do like 7 or 8 damage if the games go long. Arc Lightning, this you can split up 3 points of damage. Awesome, one of the best red removal here. Destructive Urge, yeah, this is also something which can get out of hand really quickly, so you may want to watch out for this. It's a 1 red aura, and then enchanted creature successfully deals combat damage to a player. That player sacrifices a land. So this on a flyer early, yeah, it's just game over in like 2-3 turns. Your opponent never gonna be able to develop any substantial mana. Dromassar, so it's a 3 mana 2/3. Whenever it blocks or becomes blocked, it gets +2/-2. until end of turn. So it trades basically fire ends. It's 3 mana 2/1, and it deals 1 damage to each other creature without flying. Yeah, this sounds pretty good. I don't know. We'll see what the applications are. Goblin Matron. When Goblin Matron comes to play, you may search for library for Goblin card and then put it into your hand. Yeah, it's 2 for 1. I mean, if you pick up more of these, then like they kind of annoy me. Goblin Offensive. So yeah, so this is X, one colorless, two red, and then put X Goblin tokens into play, treat them as 1/1 red creatures. Yeah, this is pretty solid. Like the game again goes long, you can make 5 6 goblins from this. Goblin Spelunkers, it's a Grey Ogre which has Mountain Walk, could be good. Then Guma, that's also a Grey Ogre with protection from blue, so that's actually very, very good. And then Scrap, destroy target artifact, cycling 2. Yeah, this might be main deckable because of cycling. Shivan Raptor, a 3/1 with haste and first strike, and then it has an echo cost. Yeah, this is probably a bomb. Yeah, this is one of the better uncommons in the color. Stream Blast, it deals 2 damage to each creature and player. Yeah, in control deck, this is pretty solid. Torch Song, this is also very, very good. So it gets a verse counter. It's 3 mana enchantment, getting a verse counter on every upkeep. And when you sack it, it deals X damage to any target. Viashino Outrider, 3 mana 4/3 with Echo. Solid, nothing to worry about here. Yeah, Bug Lizard, it's a 3 mana 3/4 with Echo and Mountain Walk. I think also this is pretty solid. Antagonism. So this is a rare. During each player's discard phase, antagonism deals 2 damage to that player unless one of his or opponents are successfully that damage this turn. So I think this is very good in aggro deck because if you are an aggro deck, you don't really care about the damage because it should be in the forefront, and your opponent has to care about it because either take 2 damage from this, but then attack they have less blocker, or they don't attack but then they take the 2 damage from this. So yeah, so I think this card is pretty good. Bedlam, creatures can block. Yeah, whatever. Boros deck once, lay waste 4 mana, destroy target land, cycling 2. Yeah, this, I don't know. I mean, it probably starts at sideboard, but it does have cycling. Now, Lightning Dragon, though, so this is pretty good. It's 4 mana, flying, echo, and fire breathing for 4/4. Yeah, so this is good. I mean, this is the level, like it's a mini Shivan, whatever, dragon here. Retromancer, I think this card is also very good. It's a 4 mana 3/3. Whenever it's a target of spell or ability, it deals 3 damage to a spell or ability's controller. Shift Embrace, it basically makes your creature Shivan Dragon, 4 mana aura, +2/+2 flying, and fire breathing. Sneak Attack, we all know Sneak Attack, that's how you cheat in your Emrakul. Unfortunately, Emrakul is not in this set, so this is probably an F. Sulfuric Vapor, so this could be actually kind of like a build around card with the 1 mana ping effect, the Arc Lightning, any damage based removal, because whenever a red spell deals damage, it instead deals that amount of damage +1. So notable, if you have an Arc Lightning and you split up 1/1/1 damage, that basically becomes 2/2/2 damage. So it's actually 6 damage. It's really, really good with Arc Lightning. And anything which damages multiple targets. Um, we have Shino Runner. So yeah, so this is a 4 mana 3/2 Menace. Yeah, this is solid. Like we know how good Menace is, so this is 1996, probably even better. Then we have Viashino Sand Swimmer, so that's a rare 3/2, and then it's 4 mana, and then you can flip a coin for red and return it to your hand, otherwise sacrifice it. So basically, it's 50% chance to survive a removal spell. Viashino Weaponsmith is a 2/2 for 4. Well, when a creature blocks it, it gets +2/+2, so it's basically half Bushido. Bulwark, during your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to target opponent for each card in your hand greater than the number of cards in that player's hand. Yeah, I guess it's a control finisher. I just don't know how good this is or how much it works. Electrite, whenever Electrite successfully deals combat damage to defending player, Electrite deals damage equal to its power to each blocking creature. Yeah, I don't know how this is not gonna get blocked, so but yeah, it's a 5 mana 3C, but if you get it through that way, then yeah, I guess it clears the board. Jagged Lightnings, this is the best red removal. It's 3 damage to 2 target creature, basically. Rumbling Crescendo, so this is a 5 mana enchantment, and then you put a verse counter and then every upkeep, and it destroys X land, which is the number of verse counters. Yeah, I mean, I can try to cut someone off from a color. Scoria Worm, so it's a 5 mana 7/7. Now, the catch is that every upkeep you flip a coin, if you lose a flip, you return it to your hand. Well, if you have like 10 land, this might actually be good, because if you play it, you don't care about returning it and replaying it, but every second turn, I guess, on average, you can attack with it, and then it's a 7/7. Thundering Giant, 5 mana 4/3 with haste. That's pretty awesome. And Crater Hillian, this is the best red card in the set. It's an absolute bomb. You pivot to red for it, whatever, you abandon whatever you did before. It's 6 mana for 6/6 Beast with Echo cost, but when this enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to each other creature. So this is the only creature left, and then it's gonna kill your opponent. Rain of Salt, so 6 mana to destroy 2 target lands. Yeah, I don't know, sideboard at most. Now Wildfire is Rain of Salt on steroids, which is 6 mana. Each player sacrifices 4 land and it deals 4 damage to each creature. So board wipe, land wipe, Armageddon, and Wrath of God had a children together. And then Big Daddy Shiva on the Hellkite. So this is a 7 mana 5/5 dragon flying, and it has the text on it. If you untap with it, you win the game. Which is basically another way of saying this. It's one and a red to ping any target for one. Yeah, if you untap it with 8 mana, you just start decimating their board, fly over, kill them very fast. So there you go. This was Red, ladies and gentlemen, and see you in the next one.